Hello, everyone. This is Tom. Welcome to the Lone Wolf Prepper channel. Hey, Carol, I see you're here. It's good. Sure appreciate everybody being here on this Sunday night. I tell you what, the conservative channels, excuse me, are really putting out a lot of information now, aren't they, over this weekend? Keeping that YouTube algorithm extremely busy. But that's a crazy weekend. But I appreciate everybody being here so we can discuss the topic of the weekend. Anyway, the Trump assassination attempt. Now we know how far these Democrats are willing to go to ensure their win. I think the Democrats have figured out that it don't matter what Democrat they got on the ticket, they can't win. The only way they can win is they got to neutralize Trump. We had an assassination attempt, but what else have we had? That rigged trial he went through. I mean, everything when he started from Russian collusion. Before he ran for president, both parties liked him because he donated to both parties. But once he started running Republican, the Democrats have done nothing but tried to destroy him. From 2016, with the Steele dossier, January 6th, trying to break him by suing him what he gets sued for, $362 million, taking him to trial and try to destroy him. And all this stuff just made him more popular and more stronger. Same thing this is going to do. But, the assassination. Well, I look at this as, hi, Kristen. I look at this as the opening shot in the Civil War. Okay? They're going to try to shoot him down. They want to do it to us, but they want to shoot him down. And he's standing firm and tall and strong. But that was a shot. I say that was the Lexington Concord moment. We all know where this is headed now. Everybody knows what side they're on now. If you're a liberal and you believe this is an okay thing, then I guess you're on the opposite side I am. I mean, I actually heard a TikTok video today of a woman screaming, a liberal woman screaming, that somebody finally had the balls, and she used the term balls, to use a pew-pew, because, you can't say the word gun, to shoot Trump, and then he missed. And she was so upset about this. I mean, you're willing to let your guy do whatever it takes to get your guy into power by killing his opponent, and you're okay with that? Well, I guess I'm okay with the other way around too then. But anyway, they failed. What the facts of the case, I'll tell you the facts of the case. The facts of the case is some deranged lunatic liberal went up on a roof and got a couple pot shots at the president and ended up striking the president, which, I mean, you talk about a magic bullet, there you go. Okay? Wouldn't you agree? And then killed that Trump supporter fireman and wounded some others. Okay? Now, that's the facts as I see them. What else? All the other stuff that's filling it in, it's going to be lies and conjecture. I don't understand, okay? He's out there. They got a Secret Service sniper somewhere out there that's got full view of the whole area. Okay, all time procedure. So maybe that vantage point that that liberal took wasn't the best vantage point, but the sniper should have been able to see him getting on that roof. I'm not going to see this is there's too many rabbit holes to go down to how this happened. Just were the Secret Service behind it too? The Praetorian Guard. During Rome, the Praetorian Guard did a lot to determine who was emperor and stuff. They kind of chose their own sometimes. But they failed. Okay, another thing where they failed. I'm not even going to go into the conspiracy theories about was it a fraud, was it a setup, whatever. I don't think they would set up and kill innocent bystanders and shoot other ones and, just get lucky enough to hit Trump in the ear. I don't think any sniper's that good. Okay. But, one thing about it is the media. After it happened, the media saying that he fell down and the Secret Service took him off the stage. I mean, they didn't even want to admit there was an assassination attempt. That leads me to one thing, my conspiracy theory. The press knew. The press already had a story to go with. When have we seen this before? We have seen this before. And when the story that they were set to go with didn't happen, they fumbled for a couple hours to get their official story from higher up of what they were supposed to say. I mean, he fell down and the Secret Service. What about the gunshots? What about the people screaming before the shots rang out? There's somebody up on the roof and he's got a gun. The crowd saw it. Anyway, go whatever, media. I mean, just keep sticking your foot in your mouth. They don't, like I say, they wait for the official story. The official story, shots have been fired at Trump and the perpetrator was taken out. And another man died and others were wounded. But don't worry, Trump just fell down on the stage. That short I made yesterday, that angry one. I mean, what do you expect us to swallow? This is one reason I'm angry. I can't listen to this retarded stuff no more. I mean, when your kids do something wrong and you're watching them do it, and then you go to jump them about it and they lie right to your face saying they didn't do it as you watched them do it. This is what we're dealing with. Children mindset. As long as I say it and I can get one person to believe it, it's true. Right? That's what all liberal thinks. But, and then the Secret Service, with their diversity hires and stuff. How about you hire a diversity hire to work on Air Force One that Joe Biden's about to fly in? And then maybe like the rest of the airplanes, the tires will start falling off. Pieces of the wing will start falling off. The motors will fall, engines will fall off and stuff. That's what happens when you get diversity hires. Not people qualified to do the job. Like these big cities that want to do diversity hires from the city. And then what do you get? Cops selling drugs out of their cop cars and stuff like that. If I hire somebody, I'm going to hire somebody who's the best person for the job. Not because of what their color is or their religion is. That don't matter, okay? I don't care what that is. I care that they're a good worker and that they can do the job efficiently without hurting themselves and stuff. Diversity hire. Now, I went through this when I was getting ready to get out of the Marine Corps and I was testing for police officer positions. And back then, you didn't need the 2-year college course, but what you had to do is you go to the department and you had to do a test, a physical and a written test. Okay, and me being an in-shape Marine, I always did great on the physical test and always did real good on the written test too. But the thing is, on the written test, even if I would have finished number one on the test, okay, and there were 12 minorities that took the test, I was number 13 on the list. And for the police officer jobs back then and the sheriff's department jobs, what they would do for every position, they would bring in 3 people and eliminate it like that. So if they were hiring 4 people and I was number 13, guess what? I didn't get called in. That's a diversity hire. Not hiring somebody on their qualifications, but the way they look or the way they think. Anyway, so I'm just, the media fell down. Okay. And why did we have this? Because the media has been pushing absolute garbage, lies. Trump's a Nazi. Trump's going to persecute his political opponents. Trump's going to go out and do everything that the Democrats are doing now. All he wants to do is bring America back. But anyway, the media just coming out with their lies and getting all these weak-minded people who are already weak-minded, and then they're on these pharmaceutical drugs that alter their sense of reality, you might say. The difference between right and wrong. I want to do it just because I want to do it. Okay? I wonder how many pharmaceuticals this guy was taking. Just like all the school shooters. Release what medications they were on. And instead of suing Alex Jones, maybe you should sue the pharmaceutical companies. Sandy Hook people, you could have got more money out of the pharmaceutical companies than you could have Alex Jones. But I know you guys weren't really gold digging, were you? It was all about, he made me feel bad. But what's this all boiled down to? Trump gets shot at and still fight. Well, no shit. I'm really ready to start fighting now. As you can tell by that short I did afterwards, I'm ready to fight. I'm sick of this dancing around crap. I'm ready to throw punches. Get down and dirty with this garbage. Okay? But all I know is now Trump knows the dangers he's in. I mean, can you imagine if this all goes through and he gets elected? His next 4.5 years until he gets out of the presidency, and then even after that, is going to be a constant assassination plot. Constant. I mean, the media has pushed in these people's heads so much to hate him on made up stuff. Facts don't matter to these people. As long as somebody tells you what's worse, the person who tells the lie or the person who believes it. We got both of them going on in the Democratic Party. But Trump's willing to take a bullet for us. Now, what are we willing to do? Now, I'm telling you, he's not going to have to take a bullet for me. They're pushing this. Okay? First thing we need to do is we need to stand for Trump. Stand up with Trump. Not stand behind him. Stand with him. And one thing I want to bring up. I hear it on these conservative channels that's really upset me today. Oh, if that bullet would have been 1 inch further to the right, Trump would have been dead and we'd all be preparing for civil war now. So Trump would have had to die in order to start a civil war. Really, that's how people are thinking? He was shot at, period. End of story. The first shot was fired. And you go on the news and they start their crap. Biden won't even come out and make a statement. The war's on, buddy. The war's on. It's probably officially going to start on November 6th, at the day after the election, if we have an election. But it's on. Okay? All I know is this Marine took an oath to protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know, that's one thing they got with all these spending packages, and people are so concerned, these liberals are so concerned about our enemies overseas. They can't see the enemy that's sinking the ship they're on right here. They say we're all on the sinking ship together. And the more they can get them to focus on enemies overseas, these liberals won't see the enemies. And this is nothing about this guy. This is how far gone they are. You are willing to kill somebody so you can remain a slave. That can't be fixed. They don't have any clue what this country is about, to kill somebody to remain a slave. Trump's trying to push freedom, and these people are like, wow, he won't let abortion in the federal government. He's not making us free. That's because abortion's nowhere in the Constitution, and he don't have a right to do anything about abortion. That's a states' rights issue. Maybe if these liberals, instead of acting passionately and on emotion, should read the Constitution and understand what it means. And if a liberal can come up to me and show me the word abortion in the Constitution, I'll say they have a right to take my Second Amendment from me. Because if the word abortion is in the Constitution, then the Second Amendment must not be. Here's how lost these people are. All they want is want. Here, I want to live this life, and guess what? You successful person, you're going to pay for it. And then I'm going to complain the whole time while it's happening that, you know, if you would do more, my life would be better. And then, why not? We're going to take a shot at your presidential candidate. Why not? Mark Dice has a saying, Teflon Don. Like I say, you want to talk about a magic bullet. That was it. Okay. People, what are you talking about, a magic bullet? You know, I'm talking to Kennedy, the bullet that supposedly killed Kennedy. Anyway, so, but as a Marine, I took an oath to protect, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. You know, I'm willing to take a bullet. I'm willing to die. I was willing to die when I joined the Marine Corps to protect my country and its people. And I was sent overseas to do it. I'm more highly motivated to do it now. I never hated the enemy I went against more than I hate the enemy running this country now. Okay? But anyway, what do we got to do? You know, this is another thing. It's taken many, many years for them to mess it up this far. Okay? The sacrifices we are going to have to face to fix this problem, you know, are going to be big. You know, we'll have to sacrifice some with our lives, some with our fortunes. But as long as our children get to live free, right? That's what I care about. My children living free. But, you know, and everybody's going to have their worthy purpose in this movement we need to take. I mean, I can say after yesterday, everybody should be woke up. They will do whatever it takes to win the election. And right now, the only thing they can do is get rid of Trump because there's no Democrat that can beat him. By the way, you know, what do we need to do? We need to organize. We need to organize into reactionary groups. I'm not going to call them Minuteman groups. I'm going to call them reactionary groups, like neighborhood watches type of thing, to protect your neighborhood from, you know, especially the feds when they show up. Everybody surround them with your Second Amendment tool and escort the feds out of your neighborhood. We need to start building the infrastructure and the force to oppose this. Everybody's on complaining. This is the facts. This is what happened. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. The world's going to end. No, the world's not going to end. Okay. We just got a problem that needs to be solved. We need to start solving it. Should have solved it back in 2000. Imagine if we would have went to war with the Democratic Party for stealing the election in 2020. If January 6th would have been the catalyst to start it off, we'd have been done and on the other side of this and living better lives. Okay? So, like I say, I'm asking everybody, where are we going to start putting an end to this stuff? So in 4 years, I don't have to be on YouTube no more. Everything's going great, and I can retire. But if we would have handled this back in 2021, we would be done with this already. We had the right to do it. They stole the election. They did a coup on the U.S. government and the American people. And then all the other stuff they did after that. This is why they can't give up power. This is why they're shooting Trump. This is why they're doing everything they can. Because they can't give up power. They've done too much crooked shit over the last 4 years. I mean, and after you took a pot shot at the guy, yeah, I think he's going to drain the swamp this time. This is far worse than the Steele dossier, wouldn't you say? Criminals. Going on for 8-9 years. Still going on. It finally got to the one, how everything progressively gets worse? I mean, now they're shooting at him. I don't want to get upset. I got to stay calm. But, being a Marine, I don't know how to act any other way. It's like I always tell people, it's like we're over a hot LZ and the chopper circling it. And we're screaming at the pilot to land the chopper so we can help out and do our duty. But they won't land it. That's what it's like. When you've been trained and you got the ability to do this. And you're not allowed to do anything. Your hands are tied. I mean, I can't take on the whole. We need to organize and prepare. Start your fire teams, create your squads, create your platoons, create your companies, your battalions, your regiments, and your divisions. We need to start organizing on a major scale. Major scale. Not after the election, but before the election. So I just got to say, so Trump has a standing army there because he's going to win. If we have an election, he's going to win. They don't stand a chance. Like I say, no matter what Democrat they run, they don't stand a chance. I mean, Joe Biden polls the highest. I mean, it's, earlier in the week, it was humorous to see the Democratic Party fall apart. Now it's not humorous no more. Now we're seeing the reality of it. I mean, it's going to get bad. And if they can't get Trump, I mean, security is going to be tight as can be now. Should he hold mega rallies like that? I think they should be indoors. And a lot of us need to watch it on social media. Okay? I mean, I don't want any other civilians getting killed from these maniacs. And I don't want Trump being taken out. Okay? But, the other side has lost its mind. Now, if we meet them with equal force, we could end this all in a week. We could end it all in a week. Throw them out of power, kick the sons of bitches out of there, reinstate Trump anyway because he won in 2020. And, God, I can't say cancel the election, but have the election. And then Trump's in it for the next 4 years. The thing is, we need to do something now. Not a month from now, not a week from now, not at election time. We need to do something now. They've already crossed the Rubicon, you might say. And they're just going to get more desperate. You know, like that video I did? A desperate and dangerous Democratic Party? This is what we're dealing with. People without a conscience. You know, people like us, we care. That's what keeps us in check. Our morals, our sense of right and wrong. They have no sense of right and wrong. All they have is this want. And they see what they got to do to achieve what they want. Remember, the ends justifies the means to these people. I mean, they already said that, you know, Hellfire missiles and F-15s. They ain't going to give up power. This is why it's, you know, what I saw yesterday, I know this country is 1860 all over again. Okay? It wouldn't have mattered basically who won the election in 1860. We still would have had a civil war. Just like now. It doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter what Democrat or Republicans even on the ticket anymore. Okay? We're just waiting for the election. That's our jump off date. We need to do something before then. So it's not our jump off date. It's the date we get our country back. The date Trump gets reelected. And because we have a force, and I don't care about our military force these days, screw them. Military hospitals are full of people getting transgender surgeries and stuff. Just, you know, being 8 years in the Marine Corps and having to see what the military's turned into is really hard. It was such a major part of my life. It's just hard. So, but we need to prepare for war. So, anyway, but the election won't matter. Democrat wins, we're going to have a war because they stole it. Finally. Republicans win, these Karens are going to come out in droves. Good. You know, it's going to come down to shooting. And when people get that in their head, that blood is going to be shed. We live in historic times. The tyrants are not going to give up. And you Democrats are in the same boat as we are. You know, wasn't it the Republican Party that saw JoJo for who he was back in 2020 when they wouldn't let him leave his basement? And now you guys are finally seeing it? So we're right. We were right. And we're right about you guys being slaves and not seeing it. Okay? Do you want your kids to live as slaves? I mean, the financial burden on your children already is crazy when they turn tax-paying age. You want them to live more as a slave? You know, I know Trump's trying to give you your freedom back. Yeah, your independence back. He don't want you dependent on the government to take care of you. Okay? But I guess that's what these people want. Like I say, you're willing to kill Trump to remain a slave. That's a confused individual. Anyway, I don't know if my chat went down or what, but I haven't been getting no chats. So who knows? I thought they'd canceled my stream. YouTube's not too happy with my channel. Like the show I did today. YouTube, I realize you don't like truth being said on your social media platform, but I'm just not able to stop myself. Okay. Anyway, that's the whole thing. We're in 1860 again. These people are motivated and determined to turn us into a communist country. But when they hit that brick wall of patriots, can't wait. The fight's coming, and they're bringing it on. I just can't believe we have been divided so bad. I mean, that we're pulling guns out trying to shoot candidates. Oh, hey, Kristen. How's it going? Nala watching too? So, but I can't deal with it no more. I can't deal with him bringing Joe out on stage and totally embarrassing himself. I mean, to the point where we're feeling sorry for him. I guarantee you he didn't know nothing. If I'd say there were some shenanigans. Now, I'm not going to believe the story that he was a 20-year-old who had no gun training and stuff and was just able to walk up onto a roof and get 130 yards in the president and stuff, and the sniper that the Secret Service should have had out there viewing the whole area didn't see him and stuff. That's why I'm not going to get into the facts, because the facts are going to change. The facts is we're headed to war. We've been divided so much that it can't be fixed no more. The only thing that's going to fix it is blood being shed. Like Thomas Jefferson, the tree of liberty has to be shed with the blood of tyrants and patriots. Well, he said every 20 years, but we've gone 248. No, we didn't pick this. I remember growing up, living free, working hard and stuff, and serving my country, expecting to live a nice, happy life. And then I get close to my retirement ages, and I'm dealing with slavery and all this other stuff. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want at my age to have to become a patriot and fight my own government to win my country back. They're bringing it on. We just have to react to it. If we don't react to it and do what all parents should do, protect the future of their children, we all need to become mama grizzly bears. But we have to act. We can't wait. The more we put this off, like the other short I did, evil owes its existence to the compassionate ignorance and inaction of a good people. We fuel evil by being good people. I'm not saying we need to be buttheads, but you got it when you can't be afraid to tell the truth because it may hurt somebody's feelings. We were never brought up that way, I guarantee you that. Once the truth is no longer exists, then they can lie to you about everything, tell you they can make up stuff. What's going on? Anyway, let's organize. Organize. There's lots of prepper channels out there. A good place on the live chats to get a squad going. A fire team. Anybody been in the military? Get your fire team going. And then get 3 of them together in a squad leader, get your squad. And then get your platoon. Become a reactionary force. And never forget what the mission is. Okay? I hate to say it, but it's really not in this day and age anymore to better yourself, what you should be doing every day. But it's to protect the future of our country, our children, and the world. The United States needs to become a beacon again like it used to be, where people want to come and become an American, come to the greatest land of opportunity there is. The beacon of light in the dark. Now we've just become nothing but a black hole, sucking in all the riffraff of the world. Well, we paid for it. That's really getting annoying. But anyway, everybody should be able to see the writing on the walls. The war is here. The first shots have been fired. Yeah, and people die. A person died yesterday. Let's not forget about that. A person died. So maybe it is time to do something before Trump has to take a bullet. Let's get organized to become a force before November 5th. So when they try something like the Tet Offensive on November 3rd, we can put that baby down before it even starts. All I know is for all the trouble we're going to go through, when Trump gets into office, he better use his full power and authority to bring law and order back to this country. I better see people marching in orange jumpsuits within hours of him taking the oath of the office. My guess is before he does that, they all get in their private jets and probably fly to Epstein Island. What's one thing I just don't understand? I believe it all exists, and I believe people know where it's at. Marines are trained to do beach landings. How come they haven't sent a couple amphibious troop carriers in there and landed a battalion of Marines in there and freed everybody? I'm still wondering about that. Because I didn't hear nothing about that island going away. Or may have got moved underground, whatever it is. That's just another problem. Like the Civil War. I want to say it was fought over slavery. No, there are many issues to the Civil War. Slavery was just one of them. Okay? But slavery did not come out of Lincoln's mouth until 1863 after the Battle of Gettysburg. Over 2 years after the war had started. Then he uttered the word slavery about Civil War. Just a little history to all you people that think it was about slavery. Just another issue, just like all the issues we're going through. What would our Civil War be fought over? Immigration, the debt, the absolute authoritarian government we have. Just name the issue. What's going on in the schools? The stolen election? The COVID-19 garbage? But as long as Trump didn't get killed, we don't have to do anything yet. We're still going to stay on course. But we need to veer from course and get armed, organized. Just like they're doing. You don't think the other side isn't doing that right now? Of course they are. And right now, the conservatives don't have enough armed militia to take care of the completely fanatical retards. I mean, what's the best thing? How do communists win wars? They just keep throwing people at the damn machine guns until their barrel melts. And then it's hand-to-hand combat in the trenches. Anyway, that's all I got for this evening. Okay. But I guess the main message is they cross the Rubicon, and they're willing to go balls to the wall. They're willing to destroy our country to hide what they've done. Okay? What are you willing to do about it? But, I'm not going to sit there and watch them take pot shots at Trump anymore. That shit's done with. Anyway, it's just time to organize, get together, start forming our reactionary groups. And it's time to make the government fear us again. And when Trump gets in there, then we really got our work ahead of us. Okay? It's going to take all of us. Anyway, I appreciate you all being here tonight. And, enjoy my thoughts of the day coming up for the week. I'm sure YouTube's not. That's okay. I really don't care. Do you think if I care if I upset a liberal? That's a medal for me. Knowing that I got under their skin enough that they had to pay attention to me. And do you think I care what they think? They're insane. It's like me caring what Charles Manson thinks of me. I really don't care. By the way, everybody needs to stay safe out there. If you're a Trump supporter and they can't get him, they will be coming after us. You got a Trump sticker on you? Wear that MAGA hat with pride. But I suggest not wearing it. Don't be by yourself when you're wearing it. Start carrying a weapon. Fuck these laws. There ain't no law, the Constitution. The right shall not be infringed. Any law against carrying a weapon is unconstitutional. And that law also means that we should be able to be armed just like the government. Because if we were armed just like the government, and we were able to have F-18s, I'm not going to go as far as nuclear weapons, but if we had F-15s with Hellfire missiles too, with retired military pilots flying them that were Trump supporters, they wouldn't be talking so tough now, would they? Okay. It's my whole deal on it. I no longer have time for the federal government. It's illegit. That's just the way it is. And I don't care who gets upset about me saying that. You Democrats are going to lose your ass in 2024, this election, if we have one. And if we don't have one, well, in 2028, we'll have solved the problem. Whatever it takes, you liberal Democrats and Joe Biden and all his cronies to finally push the bulk of the patriots over the edge. Do it and get it over with so we can get this fight going, you bunch of pansies. Anyway, this is the Lone Wolf Prepper. Out.